and they are all here with me to cheer for all of you guys. Hey,
Hello.
Hey. We are so excited about this stream tonight. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited too.
Yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Are you ready for me to go?
We are so excited. Allison just wanted to say hello. She is looking fabulous. She's been in her Mary Kay studio this evening, and we just happen to have kind of like pink matching earrings going on pretty close.
I love it. So I should have worn mine. I think I have the same ones.
Yes.
Or similar anyway.
Yes. Jillian, we're so excited. Thank you. Thank you, Allison, for being on.
Yes. Thank you, Allison. Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? I hope so. I'm trying to keep my big light out of the background. Well, I'm so excited to be with you guys tonight and talk to you a little bit about booking. So I don't know whether you are a seasoned consultant, you've been in for a while, or if you are a brand new consultant, but I really hope that this little training that I put together will be just as helpful to all of you as it was to me. So when Kristen asked me to train on booking, I was like, oh, I don't know, Kristen. I'm probably not the director that's like the best at booking in our whole national area. Like maybe you could pick someone else. And she ever so sweetly said, Glenda always said that whatever you need to work on the most is what you need to train on. And so, you know, as I won't even say as leaders, as people, as consultants, as business owners, you know, as Mary Kay beauty consultants, especially, we always want to be learning and growing and moving forward. And so if you have been in for a little while, then you may know that sometimes you do really great at one thing and sometimes you do really great at others. And sometimes it goes up and down, right? You'll be like, man, like 3 months ago, I was killing it at initial consultations, closing at my parties, and I just feel like I've gotten rusty and I need to get back and practice that some more and be more intentional about how I'm doing it. And so that's kind of where I was with booking. I was like, hey, you know what? She's right. This is a really great time for me to go back in and really just remind myself all the basics of booking. And so I just wanted to share those things with you that I put together. And like I said, I hope that it will be super helpful to you. So there's so much. So one of the things that that I have heard said so much in Mary Kay is that 90% of your success in Mary Kay, 90% of what we do is your head and your heart. Only 10% of it is skill. And so I really feel like with anything, you've got to have a checkup from the neck up before you do anything. And so that really is my first tip. So I'm going to give you guys, I don't know if I numbered them correctly, so you may have to tell me out at the end how many numbers there ended up being, but I think there's 8, maybe 9 at the end. I think there's 9. Maybe even 10. We'll see. You just tell me. But either way, I've got them written down. So I've got some tips for you guys. And my first tip is do a checkup from the neck up and check your attitude. Check your attitude. So it really makes a difference how we approach something, how we go into something. You know, for me, when I first started, I worked as a legal assistant prior to Mary Kay. And so I was used to being on the phone and scheduling appointments. But normally they were calling me wanting to schedule appointments, not me calling them wanting to schedule appointments. So I had to kind of really shift gears and figure out how to talk to people in a new way. And so, as a Mary Kay business person, we want to be professional. And so I don't know if you guys thought this, like when you first read like a script, where you kind of like, ooh, like that doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't really say that. Okay, so the first thing that we have to think is we are professionals And as a professional business person, we want to sound professional. We want to come across as professional. So you may feel like with the people that you know, and I'm going to get into this talking about scripts and stuff, but it's still just a mind thing. So with the people that you know, you may think, yeah, they're going to think like that doesn't sound like her. But as you get into people that you don't know, you want them to hear you sounding really professional. They want you to be professional. So, just get those negative things, anything that may be negative that you may be feeling about talking to people, about booking appointments, delete those things from your mind and replace them with positive things. So your attitude, everyone wants to book with me. I wrote these down. There we go. Everyone wants to book with me. I'm so excited to share this gift with other women. I'm so excited to get in front of other women. I am a professional Mary Kay person. I'm a professional Mary Kay beauty consultant, and I want to be perceived as professional, and I want them to take me seriously, right? And so that is the first thing, is check up from the neck up, get your mind right, delete any of those negative things. And you have to be intentional and replace those thoughts with positive thoughts, affirmations for yourself that are going to help boost your confidence. Okay. And then number 2 is examine your goal and set your goal. So even if you're like, I don't really know what my goal is, like as far as moving up the career path or anything, that's okay. But we still need to have a goal. We could always need to have a goal moving forward towards something. So even if you're like, I don't really have a goal of team building right now, which I hope that you do, but if you don't, I want you to always be thinking about a goal with faces, because bookings are the lifeline of our business. If you have an empty calendar, then you don't have a business. You are not in business, and none of us want to be in that place, right? So bookings are the lifeline of our business. We have to get bookings on our calendar. And so having a goal of how many faces you want to see, how much money you want to earn, whatever that goal is for you is so important, because it's going to keep you trucking along. It's going to keep you focused and moving forward. And so set your monthly goal. If you have a goal to sell $2,000 or $3,000 or $500, then break that goal down from a monthly basis. And there's going to be another training on goal setting, I believe. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but break your goal down from what you need monthly to what you need weekly, and go with that. Or if you need to break it down into even smaller chunks, break it down to what you need daily, for bookings. Okay. And so set your goal. Set your goal. So it's important to know what you're working toward. Even if it's, okay, I want to make 30 phone calls, or I want to make 10 phone calls today. Whatever your goal is, writing that down and being clear about where you're going. Number 3 is mark out your calendar. So get you a weekly plan sheet. I didn't grab one of those. I didn't grab one of those off of Mary Kay InTouch. It's just a blank, week at a glance calendar, and it's got Sunday through Saturday, I think is how it's laid out. And block out the times that you work, the times that you have family time or doctor's appointments. Block all those things out. And if this is something you already do, great. But somebody may need to hear this. I needed to be reminded of all of this. So block out those times on your calendar so you see where you have left that you can work your Mary Kay business, and get those times scheduled. Like if you can work on Mondays and Thursdays and in the evenings, great. If you can work on Wednesdays at lunchtime, okay, great. That's one of your options. If you can work on Saturdays, and it may change from week to week, but it's important to have a visual, an idea, know what you have available for those coming 2 to 3 weeks as you go into booking your appointments. So that's one of the first things that you want to do physically, is mark out your calendar, get your weekly plan sheet for the next couple weeks, and mark out, these are the time slots that I have available to book appointments. And if your director has a studio, then you might notate on there, these are the nights that I'm at the studio. And then the other times are times that I'm available for people to come to my home or me to go to their home or meet somewhere. Or work in another city if that's what you want to do. But just having that specified ahead of time and having a list of these are the times that I have available is going to be so helpful to you as you go into booking your appointments. And so just mark out those times. Don't stress about the details. Don't stress about the exact minute. Obviously you want to know like when you're available, but don't stress about the location except knowing, if you need to be at the studio that night or whatever. All the additional details will be able to be worked out as you go through the booking process and talking with your potential customer. Okay. All right. And so the next thing you want to do while you're in the process of booking or working toward being in the process of booking is to review your material. So review your scripts, review your schedule, review overcoming objections. So I don't know, you may know, you may not know what that is. Almost all of this material that I have gathered is available on Kristen's app or through your director. None of this is really original to me at all. So definitely, like, if you are not utilizing Kristen's app as a training tool, my goodness, you are missing out. So there are these cool little papers on overcoming objections. So for example, if the person that you're talking to, trying to book an appointment, says, I don't have time, then, sorry, this is the wrong one. Says, I don't have time, I'm so busy right now, you would say something along the lines of, Jane, I understand that completely because I am so busy too. And that's one of the reasons that I asked you, because I know that busy people get the most done in the least amount of time. So what if we did our appointment on this day and time? And then if she still says no, then you could say, Jane, why don't we go ahead and do just a quick 15-minute appointment? That way it won't take up much time and you'd still be helping me out. What day would be best for you? Okay, and I'm going to get into that too. But reviewing these overcoming objections, there are responses, really great responses that will be really great for you to practice and be ready to respond with in this sheet. I can't afford to buy anything right now. Totally okay. There's no obligation to buy anything. Would you want to just come and just give me your opinion of the product? Okay, and I tried Mary Kay before and it broke my face out. I don't use makeup. All the potential responses that you can get from someone, it's in here. So, don't feel like you're not being natural and authentic if you're using material. That is part of being professional. And after you practice this a few times, it will become natural and authentic because you'll just know off the top of your head exactly the appropriate response that's going to help her feel better about her objection. So I hope that helps you. So overcoming objections, reviewing that information and having that fresh on your mind and knowing how to respond or even having it sitting right next to you is going to be really, really helpful. So people want you to be professional. Like I said, they don't care if you look cool. They just want you to be straightforward and honest and warm and friendly and professional. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that these sessions that we're doing are so awesome, and I hope that you gain so much knowledge and training from them. But that's exactly what they're meant to be, is knowledge and training that you need to be successful. But you will not become confident in these skills or master them until you actually go out and put them into practice. So mastery only comes from application and action. So I think that's really important to know. Like, you can take all the notes in the world, you can know all the things, but if you're not getting on the phone and talking with people about booking appointments or, even texting, you're not going to be confident in it. You're going to be maybe fearful or have those negative thoughts. So as you start doing the things, that you are afraid of or hesitant to do or just resisting, then the fear or any of those negative emotions start to dissipate and they lose their grip and power over you. And I think that is super powerful. That's super important to just get out there and get to action. Okay, so reviewing your scripts. So back to scripts and back to reviewing your documents. There are also a ton of scripts on Kristen's website. Let's see, I had the page right here. A ton of scripts, like scripts for everything, scripts for if you're a new beauty consultant, scripts for meeting ladies out in public, scripts for Facebook, scripts for referrals. There's tons of scripts, and your director also has tons of scripts. So that's one of the other things that I wanted to say is make sure you double check your script with your director or your recruiter if it did not come from Kristen's website or from your director directly. Okay, so make sure you double check what you're saying with her because she has experience in that professional language of communication in the Mary Kay world, which can be different from other businesses or other careers like I had experienced before. If I had used the same language that I was trained and used to using in the legal field, booking appointments at my attorney's office, it would not have worked. It would not have worked well with my potential Mary Kay customers. So it's very important to go back to those scripts. It may feel strange at first, but again, once you put it into practice, it will be so natural that you will just be able to roll it right off your tongue and even start to kind of make it your own, put your own personality in it and not feel like you're doing anything out of the ordinary. It will be 100% normal. You don't want to try to sound or look cool. You just want to be professional and warm and friendly. Okay. There we go. So there's that. So reviewing your scripts, your schedule, and overcoming your objections. I don't know what number I'm on. The next one is be ready to strike when the iron is hot. So that, obviously is a phrase, but it's very applicable in Mary Kay. Strike while the iron's hot. So if you meet someone out in public or you communicate with someone, anywhere on Facebook or wherever, any type of one-on-one communication, if you get leads at a vendor event, if you get leads from, referral, you want to call or text those people that day or within 24 hours while they are hot. And to go along with that, you want to be ready and prepared when you sit down to book your appointments to continue that conversation. You don't necessarily, like if it's texting, you don't necessarily have to respond instantaneously. Give it a second. You don't want to look desperate, but you want to be prepared to respond promptly. So having your scripts, like your second and third scripts and what you say back to people handy is so important when you're like texting or on the phone with people as well, because you want to respond back. You don't ever want to say, oh, hang on, I'll get back to you. You could say, hang on, let me grab my calendar, and then text her back in 20 seconds. But you don't ever want to say, let me get back to you tomorrow, or you don't want to just ignore, like not respond to that message. You want to respond quickly because you will be way more likely to go ahead and get that booking. So striking while the iron is hot. Calls are always going to be better and a more efficient use of your time than text messages. Calls still to this day sometimes terrify me at first if it's been a while since I've made a booking call. But I know that it is the initiation of a beautiful relationship a lot of times. And so it's so worth it to pick up the phone and make those calls and let people hear your voice, hear the inflection in your voice, your tone, your excitement. I don't know if I said that when I talked about getting your mind right, but adding into that, be excited, like run up and down your stairs, run down the hallway, do some jumping jacks, drink some coffee or whatever you need to do to get yourself pumped up and excited about booking your appointment and what you have to offer. So I highly recommend making phone calls in any time that you can. I won't say like don't text. Obviously, like if you can't make a phone call or just really don't want to, or whatever the case may be. We're all our own business owners, so we can make our own rules. But I just want to encourage you to make phone calls. And I'm speaking to myself too. Like, I'm reminding myself of all these things and encouraging myself to do these things as well. I was reminded when I went back through and made this training that I am great at booking. Like, I have done all of this so wonderfully in the past, and it has sustained me in my business. I've used these skills over the last 5.5 years, time and time and time again. And it's amazing what just a really short stint of feeling discouraged in a specific area, like you're not doing great at it. It's amazing how that can seem like it's such a big mountain. Like, we can make a mountain out of a molehill, and that's really such a very small particle of my career in Mary Kay, where I have been an excellent booker. So I'm excited to be an excellent booker and great at booking appointments, and so excited about the gift of Mary Kay and what we have to offer. Okay, so the next number is speak confidently and definitively. So you don't tip to go along with this number. Have a mirror in front of you when you are making booking calls, or even when you're sending text messages. Obviously, it's going to make a lot of difference making phone calls than it will sending text messages. But if you're talking on the phone, or even when you're practicing, I know that this may sound weird and feel weird, but stand in front of a mirror and talk to you like you're talking to your booking prospect. Talk to yourself in the mirror like you're talking to your booking prospect. Have that smile on your face, that excitement, and speak with confidence about what you have to offer. Hey, Sarah, this is Jillian Earhart, Mary Kay Beauty Consultant. I'm so excited to be calling you today about scheduling your glamour session. I am working on my modeling portfolio for these new fall products, and I really want to feature you in my modeling portfolio. Would you be willing to let me borrow your face? Is there any reason why we couldn't get together for a glamour appointment? And so just that excitement, that confidence, and just expectation of her saying yes is going to make so much difference for you, and definitively. So one of the things that I wanted to touch on here is just, you never want to say things like, if you want, let me know, maybe. You want to always tie up the loose ends of all your statements, of all your conversations, and make sure that it ends on a very conclusive basis. Like, okay, great, perfect. I've got you down for Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 23rd at 6 o'clock. I know that's not the date for this Saturday. At 6 o'clock p.m. I'm so excited to see you. I will be sending you some information and getting some information to you in preparation for your appointment. I'm so excited that you're going to be bringing your girlfriends and blah, blah, blah. Just speaking very definitively and always tying up those loose ends, okay? So I don't know if you heard me say, is there any reason why we couldn't get together for a glamour session? So I thought it was super strange to say, is there any reason why you would let me borrow your face when I first started? But I'm telling you what, it is like the magic line. It is important to say when you are booking an appointment with people. I promise you it works. And even like people that I know now, I still say it with people that I know that maybe I didn't say it with when I first started, because I thought they'll know that that's not me saying that. But it was just in my head. They don't know. They don't care. They don't know, it's just in your own head. So say it. Is there any reason why we couldn't get you scheduled for a makeover? Is there any reason why we couldn't get you scheduled for a pampering session? Whatever your script line is. So important. Okay, the next number is, when you're booking your appointments, give 2 to 3 options. It's a booking funnel. So you're starting really wide at the top with lots of options, and you're narrowing it down as you go. So the first thing that you would say after she says, yes, I would love to be one of your face models, Great. Does a weekday, evening, or weekend work for you? And so you would want to give whatever the 2 to 3 options are that work for you. If you're not available in the weekday evenings or on the weekend, you're not going to get that option. You could say, does a weekday or a weekday evening work better for you? Or does a weekend or a weekday morning work for you? You know, whatever your options are, you want to give 2 options. And if she says, the weekend, oh, perfect. I've got Saturday at 12 or Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Which one of those would work better for you? Okay, and always giving her 2 different options. Or if she says a weekday, say, great, I've got Tuesday or Thursday available. Which day would be better? And Tuesday, okay, great, I've got 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You know, whatever your options are, always giving them 2 to 3 choices, no more than 3 at a time, so that they can select an option. Because when there's too many choices, people get overwhelmed, or when there's not specific enough of choices, people get overwhelmed and may kind of shut down and not be as apt to commit to a date, to commit to a time, okay? So I think that's important. Why to narrow to booked is where we want to go. We want to get to booked. Okay, so book the one and then invite the friends. So sometimes, yes, you will be in a conversation with people where they are already like, yes, I want to book a party. I want to have my friends together. And that's great, girl. Book the party. Absolutely. But instead of just jumping into conversation with people, whether you know them or not, with, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to book a party? You don't really want to go straight toward that. Most of the time, you've got to develop some, discernment to know, how to speak with people, depending on their vibes and feels that they're giving you. But most of the time you want to go for booking that individual person first. And then, hey, my goal this month is to put this product on the faces of 30 women, or add 30 women to my modeling portfolio. And I don't have that many contacts at the moment. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to invite a couple of your girlfriends or your sisters over to join in on your glamour session? Didn't you think they would enjoy it? And so adding friends in after the initial appointment is booked and turning it into a party is normally the way that's going to be the most successful for you. So book the one and then invite the friends. Now, I wrote down here, there's a script for that. The tagline, there's an app for that. Well, there's a script for that. For literally everything, there's a script for that. So if you're ever in a position where you don't know what to say to somebody, always check the app and reach out to your director. So obviously, check the app first, because a lot of times these are things that you're going to be able to find on your own without your director needing to go and dig through her files and scripts and stuff like that. But if you can't find it, or you don't have access to that at the moment, always ask your director. She always has a script for you, or some suggested verbiage that she would suggest saying to that person. Okay, and then my last tip, like I said, I don't know what number this is, and this, you could kind of make this 1 tip or 2 tips. So the first tip is pick a system. Pick a system. So the first one of these last 2 that you can either make all in 1 or 2 is pick a system and pick a tracking method. So, your system, what I mean by that, and that kind of goes along with number 2, your goal is decide what your method is going to be. So some people just are like, I'm going to make 5 contacts today, or I'm going to call 10 people today. I'm going to make 10 booking attempts today. Okay. And some people are like, I'm going to call until I get 5 appointments booked today. Okay. Some people I'm going to call until I get 2 appointments booked today. And again, that depends on what your goal is. And then, there's also what was the other thing that I was going to say? Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at with picking your method. And so something that goes along with that, and I'm not going to do a training on this. I'm just going to mention it. If you want more detail, let me know or reach out to your director. So one of the things, there's 2 different or 3 different methods. So like I said, some people are just like, I'm going to call 10 people today. Some people, okay, this is 4. Some people are like, I am just going to keep calling no matter how many people I have to call until I get 5 appointments booked today, or whatever that number is for you. And then there's another method, and I'm sure there's like literally hundreds. Okay, you just have to find what works for you, but don't get overwhelmed by a system. Just pick up the phone and call people. But if you need a system, if it's going to be helpful to you, then these are 4 different options that I think are really good. Okay, and so number 3 is the 21-day booking system. The 21-day booking system is basically writing 10 names down a day. I'm missing a page. Where did it go? It's basically writing 10 names down a day and making those 10 phone calls every single day for 21 days. But I mean, obviously you keep doing it after 21 days, but it's a 21-day system because you take those 10 people, and anybody that doesn't book with you, or maybe that you didn't get a chance to talk to, basically if they didn't say no or take me off your list or whatever, then you're going to move that person from that first day to 3 days forward. Okay. And so the same thing goes on and on. So say you book 3 people out of your 10 on Monday, and one person says, no, thank you. Well, you still have 6 people left. So that's on Monday. And so then your other 6 people, you would move their names and contact numbers over to Thursday. Okay. And then on Tuesday, you've got a full list of 10 names. And then on Tuesday, anybody that you don't get a hold of on Tuesday, or you don't get booked on Tuesday, you move over to Friday. And same thing on Wednesday, you move those people over to Saturday. And so then when Thursday rolls around, you fill in, you add more names to fill in to 10. So add 4 more because you have 6 on Thursday. And then you're going to call those 10 people again. And so for those first 6, that's your second attempt, and you're reaching out to those people again on Thursday. The paper that I had, I'm not going to get up right now because I have shorts on. Business on the top, comfy on the bottom. The other sheet of paper that I have had the percentages of booking as far as attempts go. So I think it was like 2% of people book or purchase on the first attempt, and then it goes up. It's like 4% book or purchase on the second attempt, maybe 10% on the third attempt, but by the 5th attempt, it's like 80-something% of people book on the 5th attempt. Isn't that crazy? So that's what that system is all about. And basically what you do is every single day you make a phone call to that person, and then you leave a message if you have to, but then you immediately follow up with a text message that basically kind of says pretty much exactly the same thing that you said in your voicemail. So you're giving them 2 touches on that first day, 2 touches on the next day, and then you're moving them again 3 days and 2 touches that next day. And then the next time, or that last time, you say, hey, I'm going to basically follow up with you in a few months. If I don't hear back from you, I'll add you to my list in a few months. So I'll give some more detail on that to anybody that wants it. It's just a method of creating some daily discipline in your booking. But like I said, don't get caught up in finding a specific method like that. If that's overwhelming for you, or you don't want to, if your brain doesn't work like that, that's okay. If you need to just, I'm going to call 10 people today, period. Okay. Or I'm going to call 5 people today, period. Okay. Or I'm going to call until I book 5 appointments. Great. Whatever the method is that works for you. The other one that I was going to mention, I actually heard Susan Moore, $1 Million Director. She, I think, uses this method where her challenge is to have 30 conversations in 24 hours in one way or another, like not just leaving somebody a message, not just contacts, but actual conversations. So those are just some different methods, but there's a ton, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed with that. Just pick something that works for you. And then the last thing is pick a tracking system. So even whether it's writing in a notebook, whether it is writing your names down in a notebook like this, and just writing your names and phone numbers and highlighting. This is from me using kind of the 21-day booking system a little bit. Or there are several tracking sheets on Kristen's app and website. So just some way to keep track of who you are reaching out to, whether they have booked or not, how many times you've reached out to them. It's important to keep track of those things because even somebody that says no, it's not a no right now. I mean, it's not a no forever. It's just a no right now. So you don't want to like throw them away forever. You want to keep them to be able to go back in a few months and say, hey girl, we have some new products come out and I'm just really excited about them. And I just wanted to reach out one more time and see if there's any reason why you wouldn't want to get together for a makeover. I know a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have been crazy in the last year, and I just thought it would be a whole lot of fun. Whatever the case may be. So tracking sheets. These are just some examples of some of the ones that I've gotten from Kristen over the years. Different tracking sheets. So find one that you're excited about, that you think is pretty, that works for your brain. Find you a tracking sheet, some way of keeping track of your names and who you're contacting to book your appointments. So I hope that is helpful. So let me make sure that one of the things I wanted to mention is, thank goodness, this is a skills-based business. So we don't have to worry if we're like, I'm not good at this, or I don't know how to do this. That's okay. Skills are learned. It's not something that you're expected to know right off the bat. It's something that we have to practice and put into action to get better at. Everything always starts with booking, though. Okay, so that was very important. Your results will 100% reflect your attitude about what you are doing going into it. So getting your mind right is so important. Instead of feeling like you're trying to get something or get people to do something when you're booking appointments, go into it with the approach of, I have something to offer. I have a gift. I have a service. Like, I'm so excited to like pamper these women and make them feel really beautiful. And you really need some quality time for yourself. You need a mom's night out, not everyone is going to want what we have to offer, and that's okay. But if you present it with a giving heart, like you are just seeking to serve others, you're going to have a lot higher results. So we offer high quality products at a really great price that they get to try for free in a warm, positive, light, fun environment where they get to relax and hang out with their friends, or just have some quiet time away from the kids, or be around other like-minded women. And we have our service as their beauty consultant, being able to match them up with perfect skincare regimen for them and the perfect makeup look for them. So it's okay to feel nervous. It's okay to be like unsure. It's okay to need practice, right, Jillian? It's okay to need practice, to need some more practice again. It's okay. We just have to keep going and keep asking, because if we don't have any bookings, again, we don't have a business. So just keep asking. Find a woman. You can literally walk out your front door and go to the nearest street or place or wherever and find a woman that you have not yet asked, or maybe need to ask again, to borrow their face to practice on, or to try the new fall products. I used the new Ruby sparkly red lipstick for you guys tonight, and I am obsessed with it. I had never used it before. I love it. So just keep asking. If it helps you to feel better about getting no's, track the no's. That's what Leah Lachlan, National Sales Director, did. She tracked her no's. She like raced herself to get as many no's as possible, so that she could feel like a winner. But no's are not, again, they're not forever. They're just a not right now. And the no's get you closer to the yeses. So just keep asking, and don't feel the emotion like turn off the emotional attachment to the results. Just do the work. Just do the work. Ask the question. If somebody says no, great. That's no problem, friend. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. And move on. And then just be excited about asking the next person. Look for the next yes. Don't be discouraged. Okay. So I hope that is helpful. I hope that you have enjoyed that. I think that is the end of this training tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for watching. This is again going to be happening every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock for at least the next 12 weeks. I don't know what will happen after that, but I'm really excited to tune in next week and see who is speaking and what they're going to be training about. I can't wait, and I hope that you will show up back here next week. Those who show up, go up. So this is an amazing training opportunity presented by your National Sales Director and your Vision National Area Directors. So don't miss it, okay? Show up for yourself, show up for your business, and get the training that you need to build your confidence and be successful, because we can all go to the top. So let's do it, okay? Good night, everybody.